Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I don't know if anybody is going to come back, but and I have no idea. This is continuing live stream number 37. We only got like 37 minutes in. Continuing, Radios is here. Yeah, sorry guys, I have no idea what happened. And then I asked my wife, and she said, "Yep, it's just a black screen." So, can anybody see me? I pull it up on my. Hey, Mark. Yeah, I pulled it up. Make sure that we see if anybody can pick it back up here. I'm sorry, guys. I have no idea what happened. I'm hardwired in now, which is when I was hoping to end all of this garbage. We're back. Yay. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. I really don't. I didn't even touch it over here, so there was a glitch at some point. Hopefully. Okay, thank you. I lost touch with what we were talking about, but had to create a new stream real quick and just make it 37 continued. We are back. Your favorite movie has to be... No, that's number 2, Russell. You're kind of in the right genre, though. Let me make sure everybody gets... Well, at least as many people that can find it gets back in here. If anyone wants Bolex stuff cheap, let me know. I have so many and don't need something profit. Don't need you and your fat fingers, Mike. Don't need... I just want them to keep filming. Mike, I want a good working Bolex H8. Dawn of the Dead, no, but that's a good one. Smash that like button again, Jeffrey. Fine, no, I'm still... Yeah, I know, Radios, I want an H8. Yes, new like button. Yeah, a brand new like button. Okay, so guys, I want to show you. Bought me an H8 online auction for $40. Yeah, you can get them pretty cheap, but I know if Mike has one and he wants to get rid of one, he may not have an H8 he wants to get rid of, but I know he takes good care of his stuff. You're right though, Mark. They are relatively inexpensive online. Speaking of eBay, you know, I've been on eBay 27 years now. And yes, I used to do a lot of selling. You guys probably don't recognize these mugs, but they used to send these mugs to their power sellers. I sold so much stuff on eBay. This is when I was selling cameras, movie cameras, that I did so much of it, I became a silver power seller back in the late 90s. Do you have a Bolex Pro for $1? I'd love a Bolex Pro. I heard they only made like 150 of those, Bonnie. I got my H8 for free. Of course you did. So, do you, anyone have Mike's cell number? 8675309. Area code 555. So, listen, do you guys want to see some really cool, or not really cool, but I have a couple of films. First of all, let me tell you, I shot this. I get so sidetracked. I finally shot this. Remember this? We talked about this. Where's Cecil? Is he in here? So I shot this camera. I shot a roll of film with this camera. This is the one I got for 20 bucks. Like brand spanking new. And I shot a roll of 50-year-old Tri-X. 50. This particular roll was manufactured in 1974. Now, I shot an entire YouTube video already, a breakdown video of this camera that has not been edited yet. Sneak peek! So you guys are going to get a very quick sneak peek. at something I scanned. It's only like 25 seconds long. And Cecil was actually asking me about this. And he asked me if I scan 8/8 before slicing it, or if I could. And yes, I can. I don't really like to because it's more, for me, it's more of a pain. Plus, I don't get a very good resolution out of it because I get so many frames and you got to zoom in. But let me show you really quickly, very quickly. That accent is for nothing. Here it is. Okay, wait. Everyone settle. All right, here's a very quick rendition. Maybe. There's the black screen. Boom. So there's my scan before it was split. That film's 50 years old, kids. And yes, a lot of it was underexposed because I underexposed it. And this is straight out of the scanner too, by the way. I really didn't do anything to this. I didn't stabilize it much, but this scanner is great. It doesn't really need a lot of stabilization. So yes, I can scan this film before it was split. And it looks pretty cool, to be honest with you. I want to do a zine. You guys know what zines are. I thought about putting a zine together, and I think one of the photos, all my photos are going to be cine film photos, but that would be kind of cool as a photo. What is there, 9 or 6? There's 6 frames in one. I think that would be kind of a cool photo. I got to find the right one that goes well with it. But so yeah, that was fun. That was a fun film to shoot. The camera did a good job. It's just the camera operator didn't. I didn't meter it very well. I also have, I think it's going to be kind of fun to show some cool little, do you guys know Ben? Ben Slotover, I think is his last name. He's in the UK, but he has a channel, Zero Budget Film School, and he used to do live streams. I wish he would do them again, but but he had a little thing, and he called his screening room, which was kind of fun, and he would show an old movie or just a quick 50-foot reel on a projector, which was kind of fun. So I got a couple of films, if you guys want to see them, that I just scanned. They're old Kodak Chrome 8mm, and they were shot in hold on, I wrote it down. 1959, I believe, when I was 0 years old. That's 65 years ago in Daytona Beach. That's my neck of the woods, still. But I got a couple of them. They're pretty cool. Just family stuff, but some of the cars, there's some shots at a hotel, and there's cars right there by the pool, and just really cool. But a lot of it I can relate to because I know a lot of the area. Did your camera run out of film earlier when the other live ended? Yeah, my camera ran out of film. I don't know what happened. It's crazy. Crazy. I got one of those when I bought a package of 14 8mm cameras for one of these. Yeah. They're cheap, but they're fun. Great little cameras. H8, H16, grips, filters, turret caps, lenses. H8, H8, H8. Mike, you get with me. You get with me. I want an H8. Are you a fan of Filmmaker IQ? He did the 48-hour film festival and made a clip. It was entertaining. No, I don't know that. Is that a channel certain? I'm not sure. Still working. Wow, 1974. Wait, what happened? Yeah, 1974. Oh, I'm way behind. A first for this channel. It is. It is a first. First time I've ever shown like that. That is nice. I knew you could do it. Now I feel really old. Well, I was around in 1974, so I'm with you. Homemade magazines. I used to make zines in the early 90s. Yeah, I wanted to. I always wanted to make one. I just never have. The year you were born, huh? 74. Very punk magazines. That's what zines were back then. They were basically punk magazines. They're getting, I mean, now the zines of new, like photography zines are real popular. They're getting a little better quality. Well, they can be. Not always. keeping the faith and hanging in there. Come on, Mike, you can do it. Ben's Camera Show. Yes, radios. That was fun. Hey, Pete, how are you? You're a little late, Pete. Unexcusable. If you flip the camera on the second run, it will appear right side. Everything will be flipped. I know. I know. Yeah. It's just a little trickier to shoot that way, but you're right, Cecil. Just in time, Pete. So in case you're just joining the stream, we did run for almost 40 minutes already. And the stream that you're currently in is a continuation because for some reason I lost connection and I had to reboot everything and we're back. So probably going to go for about another half hour and then we're going to have to bail. Oh, did you ever get a chance to watch that 60 minutes? I did not yet, no. But I still have it on here. I have not seen it yet. Learned a lot about DIY developing from Ben's channel. Ben's fantastic at that stuff. In fact, I think Ben has a little teaching. He teaches some youngsters or some film up-and-comers how to develop, which is really cool. I really like Ben's opening for his live stream. I think that was very, very late night-ish. Learned a lot. H8, please. Yeah, radios, get in line. There's a funny interview with David Fincher where he talks about how the first digital camera he got for cinema didn't allow you to review the footage immediately for no reason but mimic. Oh, yeah. I can't imagine what that would be like nowadays, not being able to see your film or your video instantly. Barry's back. Yes. Continued. And he was highly irritated about it. I was. DIY and punk aesthetic. Yes, it was very much so. Yes, Filmboy24, Filmmaker IQ is a YouTube channel. Lots of helpful content. I'll write that down. YouTube. Film. I probably have seen it, but I don't know if I'm subscribed. But now I'm going to be. I'm in the wrong country. Oh, is it late where you're at right now? Pete? Mike, I'm going to have to get another fancy Kodak case for that EBM. That case you have is really cool. I gotta pull some of those photos you sent me. There's Manny. We were just talking about you, Manny. I think it was on the previous stream. This is the second time we've tried this live stream. About 35-40 minutes into the first one, we disconnected, so I had to redo it. I'm glad you're here, though. Gonna check out some Filmmaker IQ channel. I got your email flying, oh. T.O. By the way, what'd you think? I didn't watch that yet, Bonnie. You guys don't understand. It's been crazy busy for me lately. Oh, it's almost 9 p.m. Way past your bedtime. Let me show you guys these Super 8 films before we lose connection again. Or at least one. There's about 4 minutes. I think they're 18 frames per second. But it's kind of cool. This is Daytona in 1959. Kind of fun. Check it. And I didn't crop it. I didn't do anything to it. This is right out of the scanner. No color correction, no cropping, no nothing, which I don't typically do. Look at that car. That's wonky. And yes, Daytona Beach, you've always been able to drive on the beach, and you still can. You have to pay to get on the beach now, whereas you didn't have to when I was in high school. But you do have to pay to get down there now. And that's Kodak Chrome. 65 years ago. There is a scene in both of the films where it gets really bright, where it was overexposed. And now, you guys know I would not typically keep the perforations in there. I did that simply because my scanner was already set, and I scanned the film about an hour before the stream, and I didn't crop it. And I would crop it initially in the scan for better resolution, but in this case, I just went with it. Thank you, Manny. Yeah, even before I did anything, I'm digging the colors. I mean, that's the way film should look right there. That's old school Kodak Chrome. Yeah, nice Buick. Some of the cars, look at those cars. I mean, those are gorgeous. You'll see a scene, I think it's in this one, where they're in a hotel. There's kids in a swimming pool and there's some cool cars behind them. They were dangerous. Yeah. They had the lap belt at best. You have to climb down a cliff to get most of the beaches in the UK. Oh yeah, a lot of cliffs there. I've seen Signal 30. Very steady scan. Yeah, I did no stabilizing. This scanner stabilizes with the light pin sensor that it uses way better than my other one. Thank you, Cecil. How do they enforce that? Oh, there's you go down the beach gate now, Remjet, and you have to pay. There's a little arm. I think the little arm that swings up, you know, like a gated community. You pay, but you can pay for the year if you're local. Look at that car. Thing's wonky. Does the city still have the same color palette? Yes, it does. A little dirtier, but yeah. Thank you, Russell. Allowed to die like real men. Cars like those allowed us to die like real men. You're right. Look at the color of the water. I mean, just gorgeous. You were scanning 1082K. This is 4K, Jeffrey. Such great color. Steel and glass. Yeah. See the cars back there? They park right next to the pool. I mean, you could just drive into the water. Getting Alex Kittner vibes. Yeah. It's getting close to the end. Old school loungers, like the wicker. You remember, or not wicker? The had the what do you call it? The webbing on the chairs. I'm with you, Jeffrey. They're fun. They're a lot of fun to watch. Kodak Chrome, amazing Kodak Chrome. There's that overly bright scene, or one of them. Brilliant colors. Those cars wouldn't fit down English streets. Yeah, you guys got little lanes, don't you? Hard to replicate the colors in modern video. Very hard. And that's it. That was film one. Now when I got these films, I got them because they were in Daytona Beach, and that's where I'm at, very close. I worked in Daytona all my life for the most part, and a lot of that is familiar to me. In high school, we drove on the beach. It brings back a lot of memories. Have you received the 310 XL yet? Yes, Bonnie, I have. I'm going to tell you guys about that in just a second. FPP posted some 1935 6 oh, and it's great. I can't imagine how that must look. Switcheroo! Thank you for joining us. Hi, Mike and everybody else. The first time I caught it live. I have recently bought 30 meters of double Super 8 of FOMA. The idea is to slit it, cut it, and reload in the Super 8 cartridge. Oh, good luck. Do get one of those Soviet era Super 8 reloadable carts. Those things, I have a few, but I've never personally loaded any. Probably because I just don't have any Super 8 stock. Super 8 cartridges that are not made to reload are very difficult to get open. I have some old Soviet Lomo slitter and oh, you do have, duh. Okay, you have a reloadable cartridge. There is a good video online on YouTube where a guy reloads that one of those little cartridges, and shows exactly how to do it. I can't remember, but if you just put reloadable Super 8 switcheroo, I think you'll find it, and he does a really good job at showing it. Cool movies. Thank you, Katie. Gives us those nice bright colors, the greens of summers. Makes you think, oh, the world's a sunny day. I know. The film inside the camera I bought is an Ilford film. Do they make color 16mm film in the 80s? Or did they make in the 80s? Or have they only made black and white? No. Color definitely in the 80s. They had a lot of good color film in the 80s. Kodak Chrome, of course, was color film in the 30s. I always wanted to try that switcheroo. I did too. I just don't have any film. My first car was a Mini. Green label. I would probably use 25-foot reels instead since they're the same length after splitting them. Yeah, that would be 50 feet. You would get so much more. I've seen that one. I did reload it once, spent 1 hour in the bathroom, did not enjoy it. Yeah, they're a pain. It didn't look that fun. Kind of like reloading the these old 16mm ones. They're a little easier than that, but you guys want to see that the part 2 of that Daytona Beach one? That shows a little bit of the landscape as well, and some of it is actually still there. Most of it. You know, while we're chatting, let's pop it on, so you don't have to look at my ugly mug. All right, here's the other. I know you got a black screen. We're still here. That's my fault. And here's the other section. That clock tower is still there that you saw. That's the boardwalk in Daytona. All of that's still there. Ferris wheel's still there. And that's the Main Street Pier. It's still there. And those big things there, that's a restaurant. A big restaurant area, gift store. They've added a couple of things to the pier since then, but all of that is still there. The ocean, still there. That's the band shell. That's the Daytona Beach band shell. I've done a lot there, and it's still there and still in use today. 65 years later, they do concerts there. They do the national cheerleading competition is there every year. That's the boardwalk area, I believe, or it might be hotels. It's hard to tell. Beach vendors are still there all of the time. Is there a little lag? Sorry, guys. Go and get the guitar. Russell. Oh, go and get the guitar. Oh man, sorry about the lag. I hope we don't lose it again. Get the guitar. Where's Moondoggy? Look at that car. What is that car, guys? You'll know. Is that a Chevrolet? Is that the 57 Chevy? Isn't that great, those cars? Looks great. Kodak Chrome and home movies, perfection. I know, the shades. When that film does that weird thing, that's the center point where the splice is. And there's just like the other one bit of super overexposure, and then it just pops back to normal again. I think Dad realized, whoops. 56 Chevy, that's okay, I was close. You should get a roll of film and try to find all the places the film was shot and make a film of how it looks now. That's a good idea, Bonnie. I know exactly where all that's at. I worked a lot of events at that band shell and on the board. I used to be, I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to be a police officer in that city, Daytona Beach. And I've worked a lot of events. I've done a lot of boardwalk details, and this was mainly in the 90s. And the band shell, we had a lot of stuff comes to Daytona, or used to. Hey Mola, yeah, very well preserved. I don't know what camera that is. I know cameras have fingerprints, like that little triangle there is characteristic of a certain kind of camera. Look at this car. This car is so funky, like a little go-kart thing or a golf cart thing. Too bad it never gets in print. I know. I want to do a video shooting with as many cameras as I can find and show the whole frame so we can maybe kind of start deciphering some of this. Kodak Chrome really ages nicely. Other stuff like Agfa Chrome tends to shift color drastically over time. Yes, it does. Ektachrome did too. Shift, I mean, yeah. And that was film number deuce. Number deuce. It was just neat. I have a few films that I've gotten over the years that were shot in 50s, 60s in Daytona Beach, because it's just fun. It's fun to see some of the stuff that, you know, that I've been involved with most of my life now. How many jobs have you had? You've worked at Chuck E. Cheese's. That was my very first job. As a police officer, make your own film camera equipment. What else? As the president of the U.S. I've had a few jobs. I did a lot of restaurant work when I was younger too. Waiting tables and, you know, cleaning tables and that kind of stuff. Yes, I was thinking how to cut it exactly in the middle. Probably should use those small. Yeah, I used that little. I used the little round Lomo. It's made by Lomo switcheroo, where you just pull the film right through and it slits it. I have a square one, a little rectangle one, but that doesn't work as well. Dug it. Great scan. Thank you, Manny. I do have the... I think you mean the cartridge, right? The Cassatera or something they call it. Okay, so Bonnie mentioned something. This is my Canon 514 XL. And you guys have seen about 1,000 videos on this. I love this camera. It's probably my favorite one. And by the way, Russell, I'll forget if I don't tell you now. It's the Lost Boys. Anyway, this was in my top 5 all-time favorites, and this was my desert island camera, the one I would take if I could only have one. It's my Canon 514 XL. I love this camera. It runs flawlessly. Everything about it works perfectly. Perfectly. So imagine my excitement when I heard of a Canon 310 XL come up for sale from a very reputable seller who sells on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, but he's been around a long time and he sells a lot of cameras. Well, let me tell you a couple of things. So here it is. It's the 310 XL. Don't get too excited. So here it is. Here it is. And I kept batteries in it just for you. Or maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. Don't ever keep batteries in your camera. Runs perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. As you can see. 18 frames a second. It's got the classic super XL lens, or super fast 1.0 lens. And I got it for a couple $100 because it was perfect running condition and everything works good. Unfortunately, and honestly, I don't know if the seller knew this or not. Probably not. They're a fan of the channel and they've always been a supporter, so I find it hard to believe. But there's quite a bit wrong with it. And I'll tell you who it is in a second. And like I say, and I appreciate everything they have done thus far. The filter switch up here, which is kind of important for me because I like to throw the filter out of the way most of the time, even when I'm using tungsten film, especially when I'm using like E160 or some old film. I still don't want the filter in there because you can color grade it or you can white balance it later. That's what I do. So the switch doesn't work. The lens, way deep down inside, has a lot of fungus on it. And the diopter, because I have glasses. Who are you? You gotta adjust this. There's a little diopter adjustment, and it just kind of is broken. The ring is broken, and it doesn't. It kind of just pops out the whole viewfinder piece, so it's extremely difficult to focus. So when looking through, and I tried to adjust, it just doesn't work right. So I was like, well, maybe I can live with it. Maybe I can figure it out. So I shot a roll of film. I shot some old Plus X from 1998. And I took it out in the back and I shot it. Not one single shot, and I did a bunch of different shots, not one single thing was in focus. So then I had to question whether the lens was even focusing properly. Like, was it even moving? And I still really don't know, because nothing was in focus. So I contacted him, and it's these folks here, and let me tell you guys, I'm not bad-mouthing anybody, because you guys know that name, Back to Super 8? They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. It's a really cool little keychain. I told him about the issues. I said, let me see if I can live with it. I shot the film. It's all out of focus. I showed him the film. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. They used it and it came out okay. I know that it's coming from France. They're in France. It took, by the way, only 5 days to get from France to Florida. Something may have happened during that trip. Jammed, broke. I don't know what happened, but it just didn't function properly. Same day. Bye, Katie. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Same day, refunded. Keep the camera, Mike. We're so sorry. We'll send you another one. Here's your money back. Guys, seriously. I mean, I don't, there's nothing malicious there. There's Piper. There was nothing malicious whatsoever. I firmly believe that. These are the kind of people that I honestly like to deal with. It's always hit and miss when you buy a Super 8 camera anyway. Always hit and miss. This, unfortunately, was a miss, but I'm keeping the camera. They didn't want it back, and they gave me a refund. Don't be afraid of them. Really don't. They're just, I mean, solid people. Very solid people. That is a long trip. 5 days it was here. They did International Priority Express. Now, I paid the shipping. I missed a lot, guys. I'm sorry. I've always wanted to take some Vision 3, get rid of rimjet, and then shoot a kind of Super 8 Cinestill. That would be nice. Rimjet. Oh, wait. Did Bonnie get a deal? 3D print, ended up cutting myself. You ended up cutting yourself? Oh, I'm so behind, guys. I'm sorry. Cut everything in the middle. Probably use those small. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, use the little. I love the 310. I wish I'm still in the market for one. I want one that works just like my 514. La da da. Never looked at the Canons lesser than the 8 numbered models. Yeah, but these are good for just grab and go. R100 film. I don't have any rimjet. Yeah, Foma has no rimjet. That's nice. Hi all. Hi Lyndon. God, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for popping in. Zone focus to the rescue. You have to, Mike, though. But I mean, I honestly measured everything. I used the actual distance ring for focusing and nothing worked. It's worth getting one of those old reusable Super 8 cartridges. Be back. Yes, back to Super 8. Good people. Fantastic. It's better. That better not happen. The 1014 XLS has a lot that can go wrong with it. So if you get one that's working perfectly, good luck. It is a long trip. Check them out. Check them out. I honestly, guys, I have nothing bad to say. I got a dud camera, but I can't even say that it was 100% their fault. 5 days, coming from France to Florida, anything could have happened. 50 is a great camera if you get one. Thank you. Hey, Paul. Thank you. I'm always nervous about buying a camera online. I will definitely keep them in mind when looking to buy a camera. Yeah, I honestly am not afraid to look for them. Maybe you need some iced coffee, Filmboy. You girls settle down in there. That Kevin there, that's them in that room in there picking on me. Anyone shot FPP color reversal 88? I think Manny, or not Manny, I think Cecil probably has. Russell? Hilcoid must have gotten jammed in shipping. It might have. I don't know. It could have, Mike. I don't know. I mean, when someone just instantly gives you a refund, that tells me it's probably not on purpose. What do you think? Good on them. Thanks for the heads up. Good to see them pop up quite a bit. Yeah, they do. Yeah, see, so I figured you probably shot it. What do we got? 35 minutes? Okay, guys. So we've been, you know, about an hour and 10, hour and 20 minutes total. I know if you're just joining the stream, we did do 38 or 37 minutes in part 1, and then we got disconnected. So this particular stream that's been going for almost 36 minutes is part 2. So I am going to have to cut it off here very shortly. There's a couple of crazy girls in that room right there that want to escape. My daughter, my 14-year-old daughter and her friend are in there hiding. Switcheroo says, Bonnie, it's unfortunate that FOMA doesn't sell Super. I wish they did. Maybe they only have it in 16mm width. I think that's the problem. Happy filming, everyone. Thank you, Mike. Same to you. So, guys, listen, I am going to have to cut it off. Sorry. But, you know, I have my Sunday things I got to take care of. So, I have had fun. My 7222 arrived at FBP. Now for the law. Oh, yeah, it takes a while, I know. Let me know how that comes out, Barry. Thanks, Mike. Let's go, Swifty fans. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Jake. Guys, don't forget, if you are interested in some of that old home movie stuff, get with Jake or get with me and I'll hook you up with Jake. Sometime soon, I planned writing a comment about Silver 100, which I learned from you. Thanks. Oh, cool. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, he's a really good guy that sells that that stuff. He has a lot of stuff for sale on eBay, a lot of film stuff. What's his screen name? Not Back to Super 8. That's Back to Super 8. Something I can't remember, guys. I'm sorry. Chris is his name, though. What's the magazine? Now it's going to bug me. The magazine, the Super 8 magazine. Come on. What is it? Somebody will remember. If you think about it, if you remember, if you're watching this stream way past... No, me too, Paul. I can't remember the name of it. All right, guys, if you think about it, leave a comment under the already posted live stream. Guys, thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it. Couldn't do them without you. Wouldn't do them without you. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Switcheroo. Thank you, everybody. And I will see you guys next Sunday, barring any crazy emergencies. Ciao, guys.